Hello everyone and welcome to Georgia Paper Crafts. This is Amber and today I am working with the Spellbinders August 2019 card kit Hang With Me. I apologize for my voice. I'm not sure why I'm starting to lose it, but it is that time of year. So I had previously done an unboxing video showing the contents of this kit, and I will have a link in the description above and below. But I'm just going to go ahead and start out with making the cards. A lot of these cards have pieces of the ephemera. The ephemera pieces from these kits are my favorite. So, and you get so many that I usually like to use a lot of them on my cards. The card bases are the card bases that are included in the kit, and you get 10 of them. So here I picked out one of the journaling cards to use. You got quite a few in this month's kit. And this one says, positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. I like that. As you've known, if you see some of my other videos, I like all the encouragement sayings that come usually with these kits. So here I'm just I used a piece of the pattern paper I cut down, and then I'm just embellishing it on the side with some of these ephemera pieces, these leaves and flower pieces. Just tucking them underneath. I'm going to pop up that journal piece. Once I'm finished, I'll cut off the excess there, and I'll embellish it with some gold stickles. And here's the still photo. Now moving on to card number 2, I really wanted to use this pattern paper with the birds on it, and then the ephemera with the birds. So I cut down a piece of the solid pink paper and then some of the pattern paper with the birds on it, and attach that to the card base, cutting off the excess. Pulled out a bunch of the ephemera pieces here. Oh, before I do that, at the seam I decided I'd put a piece of this glitter tape that I had bought. I just bought that at a local craft store. And I'm going to snip off the edges. Beforehand you did see me probably put down some tape runner. That's because it's supposed to be sticky, and it does stick, but it doesn't stick real well, so I do that just to kind of help it. Then I cut out a circle from one of my circle dies from my stash, and I attached the ephemera piece that says beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. I attached that to that. I attached the banner that says beautiful, the flag with the banner, and then the flamingo and the bird I'm going to put up to the side. And then I pulled in that sticker that says just be you. Again, all positive messages. Really like how that one turned out. Simple. Alright, now here's another simple one, just using a piece of pattern paper cut down and matted it with some of the green cardstock. I'd say it's a light green cardstock. Taking one of these ephemera pieces, this is one of the frame dies, and then just taking some more of the ephemera pieces. This bag that looks like it's a Hawaiian bag, a piece of the, not a piece of, a flower, a bird of prey flower, and then a surfboard. This all made me think of Hawaii, so just kind of put that underneath, tucked them all underneath, and adhere that to the card front using some glue here. And I pulled out that sticker flower to the side because I thought I might use it, but I wound up not, because I thought it just didn't go. And then I pulled out this, yeah, you can see I kind of put it down, and then I decided no. Then I decided to pop up this sentiment that I'm going to use, and this one says, #time for myself. I'm going to go ahead and attach all of this to the card base, trim off the excess. And that's it for this card. Now moving on to the next card, I wanted to use this saying here that says, all things grow with love. So I pulled out some of the metallic cardstock and cut that down, and then cut down a piece of pattern paper to put on top of it, kind of a floral. Then I picked out some of this floral ephemera along with a basket of fruit and flowers, and I'm just making a scene here. Initially I thought I'd use this sentiment by itself, but I really wanted to back it, so I cut out a oval shape in the same color of the cardstock as that I'm using, this light teal or light green. It's a little bit bigger than the sign, but I thought it looked okay. Just cutting off the excess here. And go ahead and adhere this to card base. I'll pop it up with some foam adhesive. Then I'll bring in some diamond stickles. They're kind of light, you can't see them real well here, but gives it just a little bit of shine. And that's it for this card. Now moving on to the next card, I wanted to use this journaling piece that says Dare to be Different. And so I'm cutting down a piece of the pattern paper, adhering it to one of the solid pieces of paper. Again, all of these are A2 size cards, so they're all cut down 2 cards to fit that card, or that size. Gosh, I can't talk today, I'm so sorry. So I pulled out one of the other bird ephemera pieces, decided I would pop that up, and I also cut out some of the floral pieces from the die set in white and green. Again, this is from card stock that came in the kit. And I'm just tucking it underneath as I popped up the bird. I'm going to go ahead and adhere these flowers on the corners. I'll go ahead and adhere it to the card base using some glue. And I don't add any more embellishment to that. I thought that was enough. And I liked it. Nice and simple. Oh, I do come in with my Nouveau glitter shimmer pen there. And that's it. Next one is where I use the sloth that I had made using the dies that come in the kit. If you want to see me make it, please go, or at least kind of, I didn't show putting it together, but I showed the pieces, and I showed that in the unboxing video. So I decided I'd go ahead and use it on a card. Here I'm just using some of the floral ephemera pieces just to give him a place to kind of hang out. Attaching him with some glue. Again, use some pattern paper backed by some brown cardstock. I'm going to add a little bundle of bananas there. Cutting off all the excess. Now that I look at it, I wish I would have put a little bit of maybe white dots in the middle of his eye just to help it stand out, but I didn't. And here I'm using the stamp set to stamp the sentiment. Now all of these were together and I had to cut them apart but if I wanted to stack them, they would all stack up because they are all square. It was fairly easy to cut apart with my X-Acto knife, but you know, it was kind of a pain to do that. Anyway, this one says, take it easy, it's your birthday. Stamp that using some brown ink, I believe from Simon Says Stamp. Adhering it to my card base and trimming off the excess. I'm going to bring in some of my gold stickles again just to add a little bit more embellishment. And that's it. I liked how that turned out. Okay, now moving on to the next card. I love this paper with the floral design with the purples and the blues. I cut it out of one of the frames I have from my stash. I can't remember what it is, and I apologize. Anyway, I like this sentiment that I had previously used, and it's the one that says, beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. Again, I thought that's really a good saying, so that's why I used the second one, because with ephemera pieces you get 2 of each. So I took this ephemera piece of this sloth just kind of hanging out, this purple sloth. I thought he was cute. And I popped him up with some foam tape, and then I looked and found this sticker that says balance, #balance. And that's it for that. Very simple. All right, on to the next one. I cut these 2 pieces of paper out using an MFT die. I think it's a blueprint die. I cut out the navy cardstock that came in the kit along with a piece of pattern paper, and then use some metallic cardstock to put along the center there. I'm going to use this journaling card that just has a floral background. Adhere it and take these 2 avocados here. Put one flat down flat. Use one of the limes underneath. And then I'll pop up the second avocado. And I'm going to use the sentiment that says, you guac my world. I thought that was cute. I think everybody used this one. Everybody else that I saw who's made cards. And then I pulled in a sticker that says, let's have some fun. And that's it for that card. All right, wanted to use this cake. So I decided to take a piece of pattern paper, back it with some metallic cardstock, again, to where you can see a couple edges. I'm going to adhere that straight down onto the card base. And just kind of seeing what would work with that. Decided that I think initially I wanted to use both the cake pieces, but I just couldn't get it to fit real well. So I just used one. Now this journaling piece already had one of the cakes on there, but I decided to use one of the ephemera pieces to pop it up, or at least give it a little bit more dimension. I used the sticker that says celebrate, and then I stamped it's your birthday in brown ink. Again, I think the same one that I used previously from Simon Says Stamp. And then I'm adhering these, it looks like pineapple with heart toothpicks through it or something. I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to be, but it was cute. I put them up on the side. I'm going to use some gold stickles there. And that's it for that one. All right, so this, I believe, is my last card. And I really wanted to use this paper. It's kind of weird. It's paper of ladies, looks like doing some yoga, relaxing. made me think of an 80s theme kind of. I don't know. I don't know why. But I took the words that said Wild Child, and I also took the sticker of the record player here, and I put that down, and then I'm going to attach the words that say Wild Child. In the circle of the record, it says Live Out Loud. And then I decided to bring in the sticker that says Delight in Life. Cute. And for some reason, 80s theme looking to me. I don't know why, but I do like the card. And here's a close-up. Oh, that wasn't the last card. Sorry, this I believe is the last card. So this was actually the first card that I looked to put together. So I'm doing my usual, pulling some pattern paper with some solid cardstock. And I'm going to put down 2 pieces, and where they overlap, I'm going to put a piece of metallic tape. Usually I use either metallic or a sparkle. This is a metallic pink. I'm going to use this journaling card that says Beautiful Minds Inspire Others. Now, I had trouble, I love this saying, but I had trouble figuring out what ephemera pieces to put with it, because this doesn't really go, this headset and the smoothie kind of, or drink or whatever this is, and the ice cream doesn't really go, but I kind of liked how it went with the palm trees. I don't know, made me think of California. I'm not sure why, but I do like how that came out. So it says, dreams are for chasing. All right, and so here are my 10 cards. Again, made very easily using essentially all the ephemera pieces, not all of them, but multiple ephemera pieces. And I did make one card using the sloth die, which I did enjoy, but it does take a lot of work. You know, these dies have a lot of little pieces, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me here at Georgia Paper Crafts for this Spellbinders August 2019 card kit. I apologize for getting it out late, but I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more from Georgia Paper Crafts.